The latest on the Wirecard scandal. The German government plans to terminate its contract with the country's accounting watchdog, FREP. Wirecard filed for insolvency last week after a multi-billion-dollar fraud was uncovered. The company collapsed on Thursday, owing creditors almost $4 billion. Its auditor, EY, will now face a lawsuit from a shareholders association. It accuses EY of not flagging Wirecard's accounting practices earlier. So to go through the details, we have compliance evangelist and founder of the Compliance Podcast Network, Tom Fox. Tom, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. A pleasure to be with you today.
That's great. And Tom, where exactly could the accounting watchdog be at fault here?
So this scandal had three really, I think, unique factors. One was the greatest or fastest, I should say, crash from a $12 billion valuation to insolvency in 5 days. Number two was the role of the regulator. The regulator here did not regulate Wirecard. They didn't even look at Wirecard. What did they do when questions were raised? They filed criminal charges against reporters from the Financial Times and prevented short sellers from actively pursuing the company in the marketplace. And then three is the actions of EY, who went literally 3 years without asking for a bank statement in giving a full financial audit for the company.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I know we had spoken a little bit at the end of last week about EY and the bank statements. I think we were kind of both in disbelief. And now the accounting watchdog is the first time I've heard of these guys. Can they really be at fault for something so basic? Are they supposed to police EY even asking people for basic bank statements, or?
So their role is to oversee the overseers. That does not mean they go take a deep dive, but they have to test. They have to test the audits of the companies who performed that for the German stock market. So there appears to be a lack of oversight over EY by the accounting company regulator in Germany as well.
Yeah. And of course, we spoke before about BaFin. These are, I believe, the financial regulator in Europe. And these, maybe you can tell us a little bit about, is there any update on their role in this? And maybe you can give us some context as well.
So BaFin, as you correctly noted, is the financial regulator. They completely failed at their job. As I mentioned, they actually filed criminal charges against FT reporters who broke the story and continue to write about the story over the past 18 months. They have admitted stunningly that they completely missed this. They were completely short-sighted and not overseeing and doing their job. And I expect significant changes at BaFin going forward.
And I read online that there's $4 billion worth of credit outstanding. Who exactly has been hit?
Well, it's all the way from, unfortunately, individual Wirecard bank card holders, as we saw the United Kingdom freeze all payments for bank cards which were processed by Wirecard up to investors. So this has hurt literally the man on the street all the way up to multi-million-dollar investors.
Wow, and we saw, of course, with Arthur Andersen and Enron, it was a huge scandal for Arthur Andersen. Could EY be looking at something similar, or is this a small fish in a big pond?
I think it's a very big problem for EY. It's not their only problem. They have multiple problems going forward. But the bigger issue is that there used to be a big four, of which Arthur Andersen was one, and now there's a big three. And so can the world afford to lose EY? That's a question many in the accounting and standards world have asked for several years, as EY and other big accounting firms have had some serious scandals. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in EY with EY. But the reality is, number one, those auditors who work for them are going to have to go somewhere to work. But two, can the world really get by with a big two audit the world?
Tom, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll have you back again soon. Thanks so much.
Thank you.